All right. Gotten you through my day. So, yeah. Did the oil change. Did a gab afterward. Took it for the test drive. Nearly dumped it in the driveway on a mud patch from truck sitting there. And, yeah. Went and doom scrolled a little bit. And I ate lunch earlier. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned in another video. If you need to reset your oil, it's on your panel. Yeah, most people know how to do that. After I uploaded that, I ran by a short where this girl with a really cute bod is, putting pipes on her bike, my opinion, acting like a hoe. Yeah. Yeah, she'll go viral. I won't, and I don't care. Just saying. So, I had a buddy of mine that I used to ride with. He was part of a church, religious, Christian MC group. And, I think they kind of disbanded the guy who had originated it. The girl that he was married to, him and her got a divorce. Don't know what happened there. Yeah, it doesn't look good. Anywho, they had asked me to be involved with them, and I really, be honest, I wasn't really fucking interested in being part of any MC. It doesn't matter whether it's Christian affiliated, Gnostic affiliated, or devil affiliated. I don't want to be part of an MC for that. And it was kind of like a non-denominational MC in that regard. They didn't care what you rode. It wasn't, Harley specific. The dude that was asking me, he had a Busa. You need to get a street bike, or, a crotch rocket, or whatever. I'm too short. And the only bike that I know of, hold on, my boob is itching. Yeah, TMI. Yeah, probably ate something that's going to cause me to fucking itch. I have food allergies all over the fucking place. I don't know what it is. I itch like crazy after I eat certain things, especially shrimp. So the only one that I can ride is a Busa, because they can actually drop it low enough to where I can touch. Yeah, I'm not, in the mood to spend that kind of money for something that's a joyride that I don't have any kind of like dual purpose use for. Now, there was a really pretty one up at All Things Chrome at Ridgetop. Oh my God. We were pouring up near there, and I'm like drooling every time I drove by it. I was like, it's red and white. And I swear to God, I gotta back up because I can't get my hands on the span of the camera wide enough. I'm telling you, that back tire was this motherfucker wide. I was like, I just want to lick it. Yeah. So if I got a racing bike or a crotch rocket of any kind whatsoever, it would be one of those. It would look like that. No. But not anytime soon. My hair would get caught in the fucking tire. Yeah. I would do something stupid like get on it and forget to tie my fucking hair up. My hair hangs over the bag as it is now. I have what is it, friction, like on my paint where I had a lock. It used to bobble when I was riding. I have this like little scuff mark on my fender, on my paint, right? And it's easy enough to cover it up, but buffing out, matte finish. Anywho, so I also have those weird friction spots on the top of the bags from these flopping on the top of the bags. That's how far back my hair goes on my bike. So me and crotch rockets, I don't know. I really, I learned on a Softail Slim. I really loved that bike. I did. Oh, you can shred on a Softail Slim. Let me tell you. I did not have I didn't have crash bars on it, and It was awesome until I got the fork oil changed. And I don't know what happened after that, but it at 40 miles an hour coming to a stop. It wasn't a death wobble, but it was a shake. And yeah, I'm going to guess it was because we changed the fork oil out and it was probably not balanced right to the drop. But yeah, we changed the fork oil out and there we go. I hit a little bit of a pothole once. We checked the rim on the front tire. We adjusted, we trued the spokes. That didn't help it either. Nope. So, anyway, it is motorcycle season. Look twice, save a life. Yes, I will be heading out at the end of June to head up north. Every state has helmet laws. I prefer not to wear one if I'm in the state where it's allowed. I have really good insurance. And so if I'm in a state where there's no, you don't have to wear a helmet when you're riding, I will bag my helmet until I get to a state where I am required to wear a helmet. However, that's with the old helmet. This new one is so lightweight, and I don't know where dude got it from. But let me look at the tag on the inside. It's a small, but it's, he brought it in the bag. It's, you know, super, super lightweight. It doesn't make my head look like the Mario Brother mushroom. Like seriously, the difference in size. Let me grab my old one. I'll show you. And yes, I do have a full face. And I have one like this that's matte finish, that my mother has for when my brother-in-law brings their spider up there. He can, I gotta go get me my chiquita banana sticker. I need to get one put on that one. That's it. That's the only thing. I mean, I need to go get me a Hairdo by Helmet sticker. Get on that too. That's about the only other thing. Everything else is, you know, just pretty much my sarcastic, you know, if men had periods, they would brag about the size of their tampons kind of crap. Yeah. Yeah. Hairdo by Helmet. Need that one. But, yeah, you see the difference in size. Beep, beep, beep. Yeah, I look like Mario Mushroom. So, yeah, I like that other one, and it's much lighter on your head. I mean, you don't feel like you're... This is like 5 pounds. That's like 1.5 pounds. Yeah, so, anyway. Yes, so, that is, you know, pretty much my summer consists of riding the motorcycle as much as humanly possible when, you know, plant assignment permits. Lately, my plant area, we've been having a lot of vagrant type of weird, like one morning it was so weird. I'm in my mixer, I'm getting ready to pull out of the lot where it's not locked up because we're leaving like in the middle of the night, right? And nobody wanted to mess with the lock. It's like fuel it up, get it washed out, and then park it across the street. And that way, we ain't gonna mess with the lock on the actual plant property. We can just grab our mixers and go, right? And as I'm getting ready to leave, some dude come walking up with a def can. And he's like, hey, can you take me to the store? And I'm looking at him like, dude, I am a one-seater. I ain't got nowhere to put you. No. I was like, hang on a minute. Dude, I don't know if dude's clocked in yet. Let me back up. He might be able to run up there for you. So I back it up and I'm like, hey. And he was like, what up? He's walking over to me like George Jefferson because he's crazy as hell. And he, what up, mama? And he's got this stupid look on his face. He looks like, Fireman Dan. he does. Oh my God! It's like you are out of your fucking mind, dude. He is so crazy. Anyway, I was like, you see this guy over here? He's like, yeah. I said, can you run him up to the store and get fuel in that can? He's like, what's up? I said, yeah. That's either you get fuel for him or we come back and our tanks are empty because he's gonna siphon them. I said, my bike's back there. He's like, oh shit. I said, yeah. And so is dudes, and so was the other dudes. They had 3 motorcycles back there. And he's like, yeah, give me a second. I'll just take it in the mixer. And I was like, you sure? He's like, yeah. I said, all right, I'll cover for you. I'll just stay put. Entertain him while you gone. Right? And if dispatch calls and asks, he won't say nothing. I'll tell him. I was like, yeah, we got some weird shit going on here, and I'll explain it later. You just put everybody else on hold so I can tell you the story. Anyway, so yeah, he took care of the guy, but it was like right after that, I was like, I don't know, I'm a little fucking nervous. And he's like, what? About what? I was like, well, just as we were getting ready to pull off and go up to that other plant, he messaged us and said we were staying put. But I said, I'm a little nervous that the guy's going to come back and we're not going to see him pull in that other entrance. And, I'm a little nervous. And he's like, so the dude that was running our plant, he came down to stand in, because we rerouted some orders and whatnot. He was like, pull it in the garage. I was like, let me go get it. And so I walked up there, grabbed the bike, and I pulled it into the garage. Not my idea of a good time. Because when I came out, my bike was covered in dust. It took me probably 10 minutes or more to dust it. To get all of the silt and the crap off of this bike. It was a hot mess. So anyway. Yeah, it's going down a little bit better than the beer did. Yeah, yesterday I had 3 left in the 12-pack from like last week. And I bought 2 new ones when I went grocery shopping, plus my juice. And those they didn't go down very easy. It was like I was force feeding them. I don't like doing that. When I'm having my cocktail after my end of the day, kind of like decompress type of thing, I want them to go down easy. So otherwise they're a waste of my liver. So, but yeah, it's been a weird month. It was the beginning of April is when my stepdad had gone to the hospital, and he was so frustrated that he ended up signing the DNR. And so I kind of knew that, he wasn't, this was going to be his last birthday if he had made it to his birthday. And he did make it to his birthday. But he passed away just 2 days later. I knew he wasn't going to make it to Father's Day. And losing a loved one, having prepared for it, is a lot easier to grieve than spontaneous when they're young. Like, my dad was only 62 when he passed away. I was barely 30 years old. Yeah, I was not ready for him to die. It happened very sudden and not planned and not prepared for. And it was heart-wrenching. And it affected us for about 3 years. Each of us, different ways, shapes and forms. My brother had gone in, he'd had a heart attack, mild heart attack, and he got rescued from the side of the road. He was on the side of the road, M1, and he had called ambulance from a cell phone. And it was actually easier for cousins or whatever to retrieve him, if I'm understanding it correctly. They brought him to the hospital. One, it was a little cheaper for them to, yeah, we're right around the corner. Let us come get you. We're quicker than the ambulance. We know where we're going, right? And he ended up going in and having emergency surgery and stents put in. And they had released him from the hospital like 2 days later. And I had mentioned something to my mother. I said, shouldn't they be keeping him like a week? She goes, well, he's on Medicaid. They ain't going to keep him any longer than they have to. I said, that's something ain't right. That don't feel right. Well, it wasn't a week later that they, he had passed away at home. Because to my, my professional opinion, they should have kept him longer and monitored him. And, had they, he might still be here. No malpractice, suit was, we didn't go crazy with it. And my cousin actually had found him. She'd been going in there and checking on him every day. And yeah, and they had said that, when she found him early in the morning, rigor had just started. And so it was probably somewhere between 11 and midnight when she found him, about 6 or 7 in the morning. And he died at 51. So I'm now 54. And this just, goes to show, when you have a hard life and you eat like shit, the toll it takes on your body. Now, he didn't eat like shit because he couldn't afford to eat better. He ate like shit because his extracurricular habits consumed more of his money than his groceries did. So he prioritized his, extracurricular activities over his diet. Not just, the recent 5 years prior to his death. He's always been like that. He didn't care what he ate. When he was hungry, he'd eat whatever was available. I'd seen him walk into the kitchen and eat literally cold hot dogs out of the package. No bun. Didn't heat them up. Didn't fry them. Didn't do nothing. Just very poor diet, very odd lifestyle. He worked construction framing, and when he was working construction, he was extremely healthy. When he got into the supervising positions, that's when, the workload lightened, the physical portions of his job lightened, and that's when he kind of fell off. Speaking of which, not sure if I got a response back yet. I was talking to my sister. I got one on Ozempic, one on tirzepatide, whatever. And I signed up for the semaglutide. Let's see if it actually works. I'm not real sure. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see what we got. Close all these crazy things out. I'm not sure. Boop, boop, ba, doo. Hold on. There we go. Alrighty. So I signed up for about a year. Let's see. Help BMI achieve tapering off to medication will be started. Medication is not FDA approved. I'm not responding adverse events arise due to undisclosure withheld conditions or medication. Your PCP that you started GLP-1 therapy and update us with any medication changes along your journey. Okay. So, here, let's see. Gives me a whole bunch. Okay. That's why it says 2 to 3 months to see progress. So let's see. I signed up for a year. See if I can get this hormonal weight down. Da-da-da-da. Scale moves. Okay. So I'm paying out of pocket, and my sister did the same thing for a very long time. And she was like, yeah, I paid out of pocket for a long time, and it was pricey. And so it's about $150 a month. But I've got to do something because it's pretty much holding. You know, my weight's been holding at like 170. I was like when I started like ranting about the bad relationship and whatnot, I was like 128, 130. And I hit menopause and I literally gained 20 pounds like overnight. And it was all in my belly. It was like my midsection, and I was distended. I looked like I was pregnant. Like it was distended way up here. Not just a pooch and hips. It was like up here. It was horrible. So, good. I got a response. All right. Preparing at pharmacy. Cool. All right. Orders being processed by the pharmacy. Pharmacy preparation is complete. And do not know when it will arrive. I just need to call my mom because it's going to be going to her house. All right. I ordered this stuff at like 6 this morning. So. Semaglutide. That's what I'm going to be taking. So, I'm taking one. Sister's taking another. And the other sister's taking the other one. And see how we do. Now, the Ozempic didn't do anything for my one sister until they put her on something else. She's on some of the medications she's on is like, I can't even pronounce these. I wouldn't remember them if I tried. And but what I'm looking for is something that's also going to give me energy. Now, some of the side effects of this, it says, fatigue or tiredness or whatever. I kind of doubt that's going to happen with me. I doubt I'm going to get fatigued. And we'll have to test it. It doesn't matter. I drive a truck, and if I need a nap, I can just call them and say, my eyes are shutting. Probably got a flu coming on, or I'm just feeling, I'm having a hard time right now. Keeping my eyes open. I need to take a nap. And I can usually only stand asleep in my mixer for about an hour. Then my arms start to go numb, and I got to get up and get out and walk around and, whatever. But that hour usually does the trick. Bring me my energy back up. And so yeah, let's see how we do. Yay. Well, maybe I'll drop a few 30 pounds before, my grandbaby's birthday. Can only hope. It's only 3 months away, but anyway. 2 months. Something's better than nothing. Anyway, let me get off here. I'm trying to put my thoughts in order. Think about all the stuff I gotta do. The rain has let up a little. Check the radar. That's what I came on here to do anyway. It looks like it's gonna start raining again early morning tomorrow. So yeah, this whole weekend's a washout. Yeah, it looks like shit, dude. Oh my god. Well, it might graze us. Well, then again, God, that looks like hell. Yeah, that's what we're looking forward to. Good times. Yeah, my paychecks are going to suck for the next couple of weeks. Anyway, this is why you just don't spend like a lunatic. You save your shit for a rainy day. Literally, no fucking pun. So, anyway, y'all, take care. It's Memorial Day. My memories are haunting me. So, y'all, peace. Be good to each other.